Welcome back, everyone. After 5 days of layer over layer over layer over layer over layer over layer, we are finally ready to pop this plug off of the car. So we used a lot of resin here. Used the Orca 555 vinyl ester. It's been a hell of a process, but we learned a lot. And this plug is going to be a hell of a lot nicer than the first one we made, which is just kind of our first go around using Bondo polyester resin and just some cheap chop strand fiberglass. This is just one layer, and as you can see, I can crack it pretty easily. Very floppy, very flimsy. This is 6 layers of very high quality stuff, so I'm hoping it's a lot stronger when we pop it off the car. Before I go ahead and do so, I want to sand down some of the high spots. So if we get real close here, I'll get you a little closer. I can go maybe a little closer than that. My video cable is a little short. You can see there's little dots. Let me make sure Yep, audio should be good. There's little dots, just kind of like dust nibs if you did like a paint job. I'll take some sandpaper real quick here, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. This will highlight it instantly. So, for example, we got another high spot here. This is a brush bristle. Those like to come out when you're laying down the resin. There we go. That's a lot easier to see. So all those white blobs there, those are all high spots. I think they're going to be easier to get rid of when this thing is on the car and it's nice and solid. And this is a nice flat spot here. So I'm going to go ahead and take my 5-inch DA sander, and we're just going to buzz this down real quick. Maybe buzz down the flat spots real quick, and then we'll go ahead and pop this thing off the car. Once we have it off the car, then we'll finally be able to cut it to shape. To do some finer cutting and finishing, we have a couple different types of sandpaper today. I'm just using 60 grit and 150 grit. To do our main cuts, if you want to keep the dust levels really low, hey Dan, what's up? Thanks for joining. If you want to keep the dust levels really low when you're doing your cuts, I recommend using a reciprocating saw. This is an Ingersoll Rand air saw. I have it set to, I think, about 70 psi of air pressure. If we use this enough, the compressor will kick on, but it's not too loud, so it should be all right. This thing is really nice to use. This is like the same kind of tool that RWB uses when he carves out the fenders on those Porsches. I spent a good amount of money on this tool, and I used it when I did my initial wide body on this car. It's super nice for cutting materials that are really thin. So like really thin sheet metal, if you were to cut it using, say, like a regular jigsaw, it would grab a hole of that sheet metal and it would just wiggle the fuck out of it. And same thing with the thin fiberglass panel. It'll just grab a hold of it and wiggle it like crazy. But this is so fast, and it has that guard that kind of conforms and holds down the material while cutting it, that it does an excellent job. And I think this is just like a sheet metal blade. It's very fine teeth, and this will create so much less dust than, say, a tool like this, a little rotary cutting disc, mainly used for metal. This not only kind of burns the resin as it rotates, but it also just flings dust everywhere, and it smells, and it's not a good time. So to keep the dust low, we're going to be using the old reciprocating saw for the most part. There's going to be a couple spots where we're probably going to have to use the cutting disc, and there'll be some long flat spots where we'll use this, and there's going to be some spots where we're just going to have to get up close and personal with our fingers with the 60 grit, kind of working out some of the smaller details. Stream Elements has a bot running. Okay, cool. I don't know much about that, but Stream Elements is kind of working with the chat and everything and getting that all sorted out. So, all right. So, yeah, let's get started here. I'm just going to buzz this down real quick. I'll put on my respirator. This one. I got 2 respirators today. 2 different types of canisters for my respirators. These are the P100s. These are good for filtering out vapors and volatile organic compounds, which there's plenty of when you sand resin. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. Might get a little bit harder to hear me, but I overviewed the audio yesterday, and with the mask on, as long as I have the microphone close to my mouth, it's not too bad. So this should only be about, maybe like 2 minutes of sanding. I'll turn the input volume down a little bit just so I don't peak the mic. Hopefully that helps a little bit, and yeah, we'll just buzz her down.
And we'll use safety glasses too, very important. I like the ones that cover the sides and kind of cover my whole face because this shit gets everywhere. There we go, we're all ready to sand. And thank you, Dan, for tuning in so early in the stream. I love using these glasses too because everything has like a nice bright yellow tint. It's very nice to experience. Everything's nice and bright. Feels like a better life like this. All right, let's buzz them down. Go real fast. I know that's got to be loud. I'm going to put the mic over here just for a little bit. To use a machine sander on this. It seems to gum up just a tiny bit, so I'm gonna go over the couple of gummy areas with the hands, just by hand with this, and yeah, I think we're good. We'll wait to do any like crazy machine sanding, maybe for a later day when it's 100% cured. This creates a lot of heat, and the resin's been on there for about 24 hours, so maybe it's a little too much heat for right now. We didn't do too much damage though. Everything still looks just fine. Yo, yo, we popping this off. I thought today is the day. I'm just doing a quick high spot, or just doing a quick like a 60 grit sand just to knock down a couple of the high spots, just where I got like some big dust nibs, and there's a couple spots where I have like paintbrush bristles in there. So I'm just knocking those down quick. And then yeah, today's the day we're popping this off and kind of cutting out a general shape. We'll put it back on the car and start working from there. Make a really, really nice plug. Where the heck were you yesterday, Grey Duck Customs? Didn't want to stick around for another day of just laying on 2 layers of fiberglass and resin. Yeah, I'm still kind of figuring out what I want to do with this spot. This gives me a good opportunity to make a space to put the OEM little nub back in there. Just gotta cut 2 holes out of it, and that'll pop back in. But it does. It's kind of hard to explain, but the fender kind of intersects this area a little low. The other side I have it a little bit better, but maybe I can kind of fill this in early and make it like a cool design, like maybe a slash or something, or a cut that, I don't know, kind of looks maybe more like the Integra. I think the Integra has like an angled edge here instead of this round soft corner here. So we'll play around with that later. Like I said, this is the plug. It still needs refinishing. We're gonna make the plug as nice as possible, make it look exactly like the end product. Once we have that, we can make our negative mold. And the outside of this plug and the inside are 2 different. So we're actually gonna, my plan is to kind of treat it as like it's, if you're doing like a fender or a hood, something with different structures on the inside and the outside. So, because the dimensions here wouldn't fit exactly over a fender, however the inner dimensions fit perfect. And so I want the inner dimensions to fit, completely flush, so you can bond this to your car with something like 3M VHB adhesive, providing like an excellent fitment. Say I just took this piece here and I created a negative mold and then did a wet layup. These dimensions, like how wide this little slot is here, and kind of it's just like, it'll be just off just by a couple millimeters. So that's why I want to skin both sides. You got any Duratec surface primer? You'll need some before the mold. Nope, I don't have Duratec surface primer yet, but I'll probably pick some up soon. Apparently that stuff is the shit, so yeah, I'll probably pick up a little bit of that. And I do have a spray gun and everything. I do have PVA, but yeah, I think it's Jim or Tim from Express Composites let me know that that stuff is pretty damn good. He recommends it, and you can just wet sand the Duratec primer, 5 coats of wax, a coat of PVA, and I should be good. I don't think I have to put a clear over the primer or anything. Let me know if that's correct. No PVA? No, I'll be using PVA. Or you don't use PVA? What do you mean? I've got PVA. Yeah, let me know. Are you anti-PVA? PVA is not okay around here? Are you scared of the PVA? I got it right here. Anyway, we're about to pop this thing off. Never use PVA on your molds. Why do people, so many people swear by it. Maybe I'll save it for, I've had some people reach out to me for making kits on cars that aren't really the most popular. I think maybe I'll save it. Here, let me turn the audio up a little bit. Sorry, I turned it down when it was sanding time. I had a couple people reach out to me for making like a one-off kit. Like there's one guy that wants to make basically a replica of like a really rare Japanese bumper for like a newer Lexus, and for that it's like, well, he's gonna be the only one in the world that wants it, so maybe I can make that one out of auto sculpting clay, or a little bit of foam action, and then I'd use PVA for my separating. Yeah, PVA is a barrier material there, because people don't know what they're doing. I'm gonna trust a guy with over 20 years of composite experience over just random internet dudes, so I really appreciate your feedback in here. So the bottom part is actually, I peeled that off the car the other day.
just on accident, but luckily it just sprung right back and it hugged onto the car no problem. So it's holding its shape, so we know we're good. I feel like I'd be a little bit more comfortable if I put a couple more layers on there. However, I might kind of lose the shape I'm going for if I put too many layers on. If I put 2 more layers of woven, this is gonna get a little too round. This is gonna get a little too round. I still want some definition there in the corners. All right, let's pop this off. And it should come off pretty easy, since you remember we used the tuck tape everywhere, and then on top of the tuck tape we put a layer of wax. Have you seen my mold surfaces and pop out yet? Yeah, I have. They all look flawless, so I mean, I trust you. All right, I'm really excited for this part. It should just come off by hand. That release tape works pretty good. It's not technically resin tape, but it's pretty much the same thing. Slowly but surely, patience is key here. I'm not going to rush this. I look at all those layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The suspense is killing me, guys. Woohoo! All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the plug is off the car. There it is. Let's see. Oh yeah, a lot more solid. I'm not gonna say it's rock solid, but it's a lot more solid than our first go at it. Can't do that with this one. Very cool. And the inside looks really nice. Got a good finish in there. And yep, I'm glad you could see it on the shiny inside. You can see that body line a lot easier. You can see this body line, and you can see these body lines really nice. But yeah, what I really wanted to see was that factory body line, and I really wanted to see the edges. That'll let us know exactly where we need to cut. So you see there, see where it goes smooth. That's where we got our tape, and then right when it stops, right when it gets rough, that's exactly what we got to cut off. And it's the same thing here. We'll cut kind of right at this line. I don't know exactly on that body line where I want to end it yet. So we'll start right as the epoxy starts to wear out, or sorry, right as the vinyl ester starts to kind of run into the fabric there. We'll give that a slice, and we'll come up with a good spot there. And it looks like we made it all the way to the edge of the panel. We were close though. You almost have a tiny little dry spot there. But here's the very edge of the panel. You can see that line is nice and defined. So that worked out really nice. The line for the bottom of the panel, that looks good too. We have a nice defined line. And our little piece in here, I'm definitely gonna have to reinforce this. But instead of having a opening right here, we blocked it off. So we actually built a little wall there. And I wanna make sure that that's angled away from the fender and it's not angled in. I don't want a concave shape there, because that'll just act as a trap when it's time to pull anything out of the mold. So that'll be perfect there. I wish I would have caught you before the first layer. I'll tell you to do Duratec on the fender before you fiberglass layups, so the inside is already primered. Oh! I tell you to do Duratec on the fender before you. Okay, so yeah, explain to me that process, because I'm gonna shape this to be my plug. And it looks really nice. I'm gonna shape this to be my plug. So you'd want me to put Duratec over this surface, and then that would, in result, be the inside surface. Yeah, let me know what you mean by that. Because I know, yeah, Duratec that'll be like the last coat I put on before the wax. But can you mix that? Do they make like a kind of like a tooling gel, or kind of like a Duratec, like a vinyl coating too? Either way, I'm gonna start slowly trimming away at this thing. I'll start with the scissors, cut off the bulk of the material. If there's anything savable, I got a bucket right here. This is where I'm putting my scraps that are not really scraps, still usable material. Are you molding only off the outside or inside too? I'm doing both, because the dimensions on the inside are a lot different than the dimensions on the outside. It's a lot tighter. So if I could just do the outside and build up like three or four thick layers, maybe I'll try just the outside. But for perfect fitment, I think I want to do the inside and the outside. Because like I said, these dimensions on the inside are going to be just a little bit smaller than the dimensions on the outside, because obviously every layer that I put on kind of widens. Like for example, this slot here, this opening, or this little groove, every layer that I put on, it kind of widens out that groove to the point where now, if I were to make a splash of the outside, or make a copy of the outside, and then just put it on the raw fender, that extra couple millimeters might make it not slide into place. So I do plan on doing both sides, but this is an experiment, so that's why I kind of wish I would have done it a little bit thicker, but I'm pretty happy with this. So let's start cutting, make it look ideally how I want, and then we'll go from there. I've got a red paint marker here. I'll probably use this and do a little outline. Hit me up later so I can talk about it. I'm confused. All right, yeah, it'll probably make more sense. I'm doing it kind of like a hood, where you take a negative of the outside and a negative of the inside, lay up your fiber in both of those negative molds, and then glue those parts, the resulting parts together. Is my plan, maybe with some core mat in between. If you mold off the outside and run a part on that, it should fit perfectly like you have. You think so? We'll give it a shot. I plan on making the outside mold first, so yeah, we'll give that a shot. I just feel like dimensionally it might be a little bit off, but at the same time, technically it would just be kind of like working back the work that we did. So maybe it would end up in the same dimension. So who knows? I think it might be close enough to make it work. So like I said, we'll start with molding off the outside, but I have a feeling we might have to do inside and outside and glue them together. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to use a red Sharpie. This is a paint marker, so that'll help me kind of highlight my cut lines. At least make it a little easier for you guys to see.
Maybe not. Whoa! Just started leaking on me.
Yeah. Okay. Wipe that inside. That Sharpie's probably not leaving a mark. There's wax on the surface though. Oh yeah. No, it's just the Sharpie was a little dry. It's like it'll either be dry and then all of a sudden it just wants to spray it all out. Time to make an egg salad sandwich. Amen.
And I can see the line pretty good.
And this is what I'm going to use to do my cutting today. It's a little reciprocating air saw. I've used it to cut body panels before. It works pretty good. And in my opinion, it works pretty good for cutting the fiberglass without making too much dust. That stuff sucks to get everywhere. And I'm going to cut on the outside of the red line and then slowly sand my way in. Let's see, maybe I'm gonna pick up a couple wood blocks just to give me something to brace against. Should help a little bit. And get me off the ground, give me some room for my blade. Get one, yep. Alright, you don't need to sand your way back in. Leave it slightly oversized. Okay. That's pretty funny, Ethan. That's a Minecraft reference, isn't it?
I'll turn down the audio a little bit. That's got to be kind of annoying. There you go.
All right, so far so good. I got to plug in the air compressor. I didn't realize she wasn't plugged in. We're losing power. But yeah, see how much less dust that makes? So I could freely breathe in the air right now. We got no dust floating around. It's all kind of in bigger chunks on the ground. When I use this guy, oh my gosh, I cut for 5 seconds and 100 square feet of my shop just smells like resin. So this is definitely the move. And I'm oversized about 1/4 inch. I could trim it up a little bit later. But yeah, for now, it's looking pretty good. And while we're here, I'm gonna go grab my caliper and we'll see just how thick this piece is. I'm guessing just maybe 1.5 millimeter. All right, let's see. So it's not the cleanest edge. So it's sitting at like 0.1 inches, 0.15 inches, and millimeters. About 2 millimeter, and a little bit over 2 millimeters. So that's a pretty decent thickness. Looks really nice.
It's a nice clean edge. This one's gonna be hard. This is gonna be quite the challenge. We can do it, but it'll be tough. But luckily, what I lack in experience, I make up for in pure finesse.
I better tighten that down.
Look at these LGBTQ Allen wrenches. I tighten this guard down a little bit. I think this is how I do it. Oh, too small. Yeah, that's pretty exciting stuff. Thanks for sharing this with me here. This thing probably just kind of loosened up with all the vibration over time. Oh, just kidding. Not too far. Where'd it go? I swear there was a little set screw in there 2 seconds ago. Uh-oh. There it is. Maybe I can't stick it out that far. So how you guys doing today? Yesterday's stream was pretty quiet. I think it was like a peak of 7 viewers at a time, but not everybody was talking. So I really missed you guys. And Ethan pop in at the last second. And hopefully we get some new people in here today. Are those Wera Allen wrenches? These ones are not. They're basically off-brand Wera Allen wrenches. I had a set once. But I feel really bad every time I broke one or I lost one. All right, let's keep cutting.
All right, so we'll have to fill, I got a void there, we'll have to fill that void right there. No big deal. All right, now let me get real comfortable here because this is gonna be the hardest cut of the day, so make sure everything's good. Oh Lordy, he out here again, that's right. Oh, sorry, he out here again. I'm about to make the hardest cut on this fender here. This long curve here. So we're getting comfy. I'm gonna try my best using our reciprocating air saw. We took a quick measurement of the fender. It's right at 2 millimeter, maybe a little bit bigger. Really good thickness for cutting. I wouldn't want to go any thinner. That's right, you be quiet over there. So far, so good. Yeah, we can get a daily, you know what they say. I'll keep thinking of something for you. So far, so good. Had to adjust my mask. You know what they say, safety first. Can be like red green show. If the woman don't find you handsome, at least they find you handy. That's right. Yeah, put that in your scrapbook.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Oh. Shit, man.
I better change my glove or I'm gonna get pregnant. I didn't double glove it today. My hand's all sweaty. Alright, now here's the tricky part. Where exactly do we want to cut? Well, this first cut's going to be pretty loose. We'll just be right on the red line and we'll go from there. Alright. How has color blindness affected you as an entrepreneur? It affects me every day, man. Well, so I was wiring the NSX a couple months ago, and yeah, I hope to work on that car again soon. And when I'm making the custom harness for the front end, there is a couple times where I didn't know the color of the wires right away, but my wife wasn't home. So what I do is before I make the schematic, I'd actually take pictures of sections of the wiring that were going to be covered up a little bit later in the day. So for example, when I wired up like the horn, power and ground, things like fog lights and stuff, turn signals, I would take pictures before I put the bumper back on and hid the wiring harness. So later that day when I drew up my wiring schematic, I had the colors after asking my wife, hey, what's the color of that wire in the picture? No way you're colorblind. Oh yeah, I'm colorblind as fuck. Of course, I didn't tell my employer that, otherwise I wouldn't have got my previous job, but oh yeah. Red, green, pink and gray, blue and purple. I can't tell anything apart. So that's a nice one. I can't, nobody can call me racist. I can always say, I'm not racist, I'm colorblind. One of my old car stereo buddies with colorblind, LOL, you can only do certain colors. Yep, that's why the Civic is monochromatic. I like my simple colors, I like my grayscale colors, and yeah, there's just some wires that just I don't really want to mess with. They make some of them so close together in colors. Like, thank goodness for the stripe they put on some of them, but yeah, not good. And I've wired car stereos before, and sometimes it's like you got like 30 different wires at once. So I've got a wall of different wires up on my above my toolbox there, and yeah, you can see I kind of just stick to the primary colors and slight variations of which. I ordered a Verus wide body kit. Should I attempt to install myself? Hell yeah! Congratulations on your purchase, man. Verus wide body kits are awesome. Yeah, I think you should attempt it. I mean, how much experience do you have in the body work? Verus kit should fit pretty damn good. That's one of the higher end kits. So I'd line it up, tape it in place first, see where the gaps are at, see how much material you're left with, and then work from there. What is up, Emanuela? I always need a second set of eyes to tell me the colors. All right, so you're in the same boat. All right, I'm about to cut this here. I'm on my last cut of this fender, and I'll show you guys what the other side's looking like. But so far, things are looking pretty good. Sorry, the floor is kind of a mess. I use so many different tools, I kind of want them all in arm's reach. Damn, I guess I'm luckily not colorblind. Yep. At the end of the day, at least you're not colorblind. You can go to bed at night thinking about that.
All right, back to work here. All right, so
Obviously, I gotta cut a little bit lower. How has being left-handed affected you as an entrepreneur? I'm not left-handed. I am right-handed. My left hand is actually, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the spectrum. My left hand is pretty much worthless. Just ask my wife, eh? Oh yeah, we gotta go way lower. And body lines are right here. Yeah, I gotta cut way lower. All right, we'll just shave like, we'll just take another 1/4 inch off here and see where we're at. You know, it's like they say, cut twice, measure once. Are you located in Texas by chance? I am not. I'm in Hugo, Minnesota. You can always look up Crafting Cars, Custom Auto Solutions on Google, and my business page will pop up. It's got all the details and my location. You could drive up to the shop one day if you wanted to. You need an M12 hacksaw for Christmas? Actually,
Does your mom need an M12 hacksaw for Christmas? No, that actually wouldn't be bad. It's just my reciprocating blade cuts so fast, it's nice. It doesn't jiggle around the fender. And I gotta be careful making your mom jokes to older people. That's not, I take it back. All right, I feel like the air would be better over the electric. You bet your ass the air is better over the electric. This thing's fast as fuck. Same thing with like die grinders and stuff. The air is nice, gives you a little bit more control. This ain't bad though, it's just, I mean, you guys have probably heard like the M12 batteries in these don't last very long just because it's so much vibration. And that vibration, especially with the sharp teeth, translates onto the fender and it all shakes. This thing, it's like a laser. It's awesome. All right, man, I would love for you to work on my car. I'm low-key scared to cut my car, LOL. Bring it on over. Damn, Rose said his mom and then called him. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Great Duck Customs comes in here, gives us the best tips of all times, probably saves us a bunch of time and money, and then I call him broke and make fun of his mom. All right, 5.0 battery for the win. All right, I'll have to give that one a shot. I've got the XC 4.0. Wait, are you calling me broke now? Shit.
All right.
We're doing pretty good here. Slack. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go down quite a bit more. Oh yeah, so I had this going right over, so this is the body line. Right now I have it going like an inch above the body line. We actually want it maybe even like 1/8 of an inch below the body line. Get a Matco Silver Eagle air saw. Best air saw money spent ever. No reverse card. Yeah, dude, he got me. That was good. I don't know. This one's Ingersoll Rand. I like it quite a bit. It's what I cut my quarter panels with. And anybody who comes here for a wide body, I use it on their car too. Yeah, I'll check that out. I have like no money right now, though, so I'm working with what I got. All right, so this time I'm gonna use a piece of tape as a guide. And I'm gonna use it, I'm going to place it along this edge here, probably right on the body line. Especially now, in this light, I can see a pretty clear line there. So that's exactly where I want to tape. It'll be a nice helpful guide. I'm getting close. I've broken about 3 Ingersoll Rand 3/4 air impacts. Oh wow. Well, the air impact is a different story. Those are junk. Those things rattle themselves apart. When I need an impact, I grab my M18 Milwaukee half hinge impact. I just splurged on that recently, not trying to flex or anything. I'm almost tempted to just start buzzing away with the DA sander. What do you guys think? Return to sender. Yeah, I might start buzzing away with the DA. I run the Matco composite air saw after years of struggling with every other brand. The Silver Eagle is the budget version, but it whoops. All right, cool. I'll have to check it out. I too got the new high torque M18 and it's pits out of 10. Yeah, amen, brother. I love it. It literally changed my life. You could probably speak. It literally pays for itself with the amount of time it saves you. And this is one of the hardest cuts to make. Let's do a quick test fit, guys? Do a quick test fit before we do too much more cutting. You know what they say? Measure once, cut 3 times. Oh yeah. Yeah, no gap whatsoever. Before, okay, check this out. I tossed this John on. Remember, it like fell off halfway in between. Okay, so that's kind of the body line we're looking for. It's just okay. You get what I mean? Floppy doesn't conform very well. Now check this bitch out.
solid. We are solid as a rock here. And how are we on that body line? We're good. I could barely see it. So we're should be right on the nuts there. Be easier once I take the tape off. Do a test fit. See if we have to extend the edges at all, but I don't think so. I don't think we will. Nope. Yeah, we're good. I'm still way over the body line here, at least by almost by a 1/4 inch. So yeah, we are hugging the body perfect. We're overlapping a little bit. I still got a little I can cut off the bottom here. And the front, obviously I can cut off this little spike here in the front. And yeah, we got a little material we can shave off there, but we're doing pretty damn good. That is rock solid on there. It's perfect fitment. That's what I'm talking about. My mom says it looks great from her house. Hell yeah. I was gifted the Snap-on tested sweater. That thing's nice. I'm guessing you mean the Snap-on heated sweater. Yeah, that probably is nice. My mom says it looks great for her house. Oh, sweet. Well, I'm glad she's still in the picture. All right. Yeah, I think we'll stick with the tape idea. I'll grab some of my fine line tape. We'll scribe a line and I'll cut that shit. I got the hiccups today. But man, it's nice without that resin smell in the air. Can you imagine she's watching the live too? Oh shit. Don't let her watch the live, but then you don't want her to watch this because then she'll invite me over to your family Christmas. It's happened before, so you gotta be careful. All right, we'll give it a slight curve. It's completely natural. Get that body line. It's a 1/4 inch above the fender. Just get out of the way. Get out of the way. And right about there. Oh, right about there. This line's got to be pretty nice. We can always add and clean up the edges later. Add a little bit of fiberglass and clean up the edges later, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. So it's nice if we just get it cut right the first time. This looks pretty straight. I don't know. Does it look straight from your mom's house? Grey Duck Customs. The stream of back of your head is great. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Sorry, I keep looking at my computer. I should be looking at the camera there. Oh my God, I got an itch behind my ear, but I'm not gonna. Oh, great. I don't want to hit it with my glove covered in fiberglass. Let me just move the camera a little closer. There we go, Ethan. Hello. And just in case this tape decides to move, let's go over it quick with the red Sharpie. Just in case it wants to hop out of place.
All right, let's do this. Ew.
that actually just kind of makes it harder to see. Never mind. Never mind, no red Sharpie. I'm just gonna trust that the tape's gonna stick. That kind of just blurs the line. We don't want that. All right, here we go. Last cut, guys. Or, yeah, it should be the last cut. It'll just be a little bit of sanding after this. All right, could have been a little better, but that's not bad. Not bad at all. Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves an overfender. It's a slightly oversized overfender. Hell yeah. I'll turn off the compressor. We won't be needing him anymore. Oh, that's a lot better. Jesus. So this is pretty damn close to what the end product's gonna look like. All right, so the body line's right here. Oh yeah, that's perfect. We get that slight curve towards the front. That is perfect. So yeah, we'll just clean that up with the DA a little bit. level out. So we got a couple humps there. It's gonna be hard to get that line perfectly straight. We're gonna have to try that. I like that, brother. Yeah, it's perfect fit. Perfect, right on the damn nuts. For the most part. Yeah, that's sweet. I got a little kick out right here for some reason. I could fill that in, no problem. Yeah, I'd have to peel the tape off to really see, I guess. And I'll just cut that body line with the razor here. One sec. Don't cut my car, don't cut my car, don't cut my car. Careful. Cut. I always get scared, like, oh, it's gonna take my paint right with it. The floor is kind of nature's workbench. Yeah. Holy schmoly. Yeah, it's turned out pretty good. The floor is kind of nature's workbench now that I think about it. Well, that's kind of nice. You can see the line, all this fiberglass dust. All right, well, there's your body line right there. Let's make sure that we didn't come short of the body line now that we could see it pretty clearly. Bring the camera a little closer, and then we got ourselves some material to clean up. Guys, it's Afton's birthday this weekend. Is it my birthday already this weekend? Jesus Christ, that came up fast. Check this out. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, so this part that kicks out might not actually be a problem because it kicks out over the body line. So, yeah, so we're like, here we're right on it. Otherwise, we're like a 1/4 inch over the body line. But we wanted to leave it oversized for a little trimming, so that's perfect. God, that's sweet. That fit is nice, man. Like I said, I could not. Wow, that is sweet. Yeah, the 6 layers was the move. Grey Duck Customs, very good move. Ain't he supposed to have some party tomorrow at the shop? Oh, you know what? I did, yeah. Maybe it'll have to wait till I come back from vacation. Everybody buy some mugs. I'm coming out with some new merch soon here, so hold on. Yeah, that's right. I was talking about having a party at the shop. And I've been so focused on the grind. Been so focused on the grind lately, I haven't even really thought twice about a birthday party.
Let's
Yeah, see, maybe that turned out really nice. I'm very happy with that. That is sweet. Yeah, just like Grey Duck said, man, 6 mil is perfect. Let's just let's buzz the top real quick. Take care of some of these humps here. Just a quick buzz, just a little at a time. Ethan, don't play into it when she says period.
Sorry, don't play into it when she says period.
I don't only encourage her to keep saying it.
All right, so we got some high spots. We got a hump here. We got a hump here. Otherwise, we're looking pretty good. So I'm just gonna glaze over the top. Just glaze over the top with 150 grit. That shouldn't be too bad. It's not that aggressive. However, on an edge, sanders cut through edges so fast. So we're gonna work fast. Let me get my camera set up correctly. Jesus. It's not like I've been filming YouTube videos for like 7 years. Stop it, Lord. All right. What the heck? It's not working. Oh, I gotta plug it in. That's why. It's plugged in over here, but the extension cord's not plugged in the wall because I had my dang air compressor plugged in. If you guys can understand what I'm saying now. Sounds like Bane from Batman. Now I'm gonna crash this plane, Batman. Ugh. Actually, no, we want this. We want it plugged in. Let me just plug in on the wall side.
That's a good point, Ethan. Why don't I just use a higher grit and have a little bit more control by trying sanding it by hand with the block first? Maybe that's not a bad idea. We'll see. Yeah, let me grab a block, and we'll grab. Let's see. I think I got a chunk here. There, we got a chunk of like some 60 grit here. I'm just gonna put this on the block, and we'll work that edge. See if that takes it off just as fast. Or if maybe it's a little bit more control to do it this way. Yep, that was good, Ethan. Using my hand was the way to go. We knocked that hump out real quick. Yeah, what if I get a big block, like a long? I got longer blocks. Yeah, I get a long block and put some 220 on it, and we'll just sit here and hang out and slowly work it by hand. Patience is the key here. Patience is the key. All right, what do I have for tough grit around here? Oh, perfect. Oh, I got the perfect stuff, guys. Oh, I thought I had a longer block down here. Yeah, check this guy out. DuraBlock. See, this is where having a little bit of bodywork experience kind of comes into play. 80 grit. I don't have that on hand, but I do have 120. We're just going to be very careful working off the top. Slow. We're going slow today. We got time. We've been streaming for an hour. Let's do a little finishing for the next half hour. And then I'm actually going on vacation. All right, 80G or 30. Are you talking about grit, like sandpaper wire? 80 grit or 36 grit? I would definitely mow through this faster with that, but that's I'm finessing it right now. I'm Vanessa Hudgens. If I had a long piece of 30 grit, yeah, 2 swipes and I'd be done with this edge, but we're gonna try to work it out. Yeah, okay, so anywhere there's a gap, you can kind of see it's pretty obvious there'll be the light will shine through. We're pretty flat there, but there's a couple spots where the light's getting through, so let me just slowly work this. Just a couple of swipes and we should be good. Yep, yeah, we're going on honeymoon to Arizona. It should be fun, which means I won't be posting for a week. My DMs will be open, but I will not be posting videos. I might do a Arizona video when we get back. Depends if I want to film any clips there. Probably take a lot of pictures at least. Yeah, it should be fun. You guys enjoy the cold up here. With your bitch ass.
But then it's like, is my block flat, you know? I hope so. I have a slight bend to it. Oh, you know what? I think this might be flatter than the bottom. It looks pretty flat. Pretty straight.
Straighten up for the girls I go out with. A lil, one might say. Oh, a lil. Is that K-pop group?
Oh, God.
You guys see that shit snap into place?
Okay, you got a little bit off.
Take a little bit off and watch this. Whoop. Snaps right into place. This is a perfect fitment, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so yeah, I need to trim out a little bit here. So Grayed Out Customs, you think I should leave it a little bit oversized for mold and stuff? But yeah, I don't know, that fit nice. Let's do that one more time for you guys. Ready? Oh! And it just locks in. Oh yeah, and then I want this to be nice and straight too. So let's go ahead and take our block. Let's make sure that we are not going to run into the factory fender. We have, we got about 1/8 of an inch to play with. Let's just do a quick little on this. Yeah, see all those gaps there? We're going to get rid of those. So I'm going to kind of press up against the car, make sure it's locked in place nice and tight. And we're going to make this a perfectly straight line. I'm going to check every once in a while to make sure I don't sand my car. I said we got about 1/8 of an inch there, maybe a 1/4 of an inch. I want this to be one sharp line. think that would look really good. Alright, getting a little too close for comfort here. Take it off the car. That's like the angle's got to be good. You can see. A little bit better, just a little bit more. All right, now there's that straight line we were looking for. Let's double check fitment and see if a little bit of the red's popping out. Right on the money. We still have like an 1/8 inch overhang, and that's perfect for me, man. Shit, guys, we're really doing it right now. That's a nice clean line. All right, I'm gonna go ahead on the back side of this. Well, let's see. Want to make sure this is a nice clean line. This is a very important body line for the Civic, dudes. You want to make sure this is nice and true. And how are you looking here? We could smooth this out a little bit too today. I'll eyeball that one. We don't really have a curve sand. Oh, I could try to make a sanding block at that same radius. It'd be kind of hard. Let's see here. Yeah, I could definitely trim back a little bit. This is definitely gonna be tricky. It might be better to have a little bit of a, I don't know, maybe using like a junk fender to sand off of. I really don't want to sand my own fender. And just be patient though. I just sand a little bit at a time. We can make this happen. Just a little bit at a time. So I'll just trace the edge with the red Sharpie, and we'll sand away the red, and I'll just keep doing that. Like I said, we'll just do tiny little increments. Yeah, I'm sitting pretty good at the bottom there. For me, fitment is everything. That's what I want to be, like one of the main things that separates my kits from everybody else. Is I want mine to fit right the first time. Great at custom. Yep. Leave it oversized. You need flanges anyway, so it'd be nice to have extra overhang where your cut line will be. Okay. I build 3 to 4 inches of flanging on everything for hand layups and Fusion more. Okay, so do I want to do? I plan on using the flange material as well. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, because then if anything happens with the sides of the mold or anything like that, just a little, yeah, you're a little extra material on the edge is not the end of the world. You're right. Yeah, that's a good point. So I'll just have a little extra. Let's see. But it's looking pretty good. I'm just trying to think when I make the part. I think it'd want to be like dimensionally accurate and then build the flange around that. I don't know. I suppose 1/8 of an inch doesn't hurt. Body line on the Civic is so subtle you can only see it when the light hits just right. So it'll be challenging. Okay, no kit will fit perfect no matter how hard you try. Every car is slightly different, and people are gonna bitch no matter what. All right. Yeah, I suppose the fenders might be mounted just slightly. There will be slight variations. I just wanted to be close. You know, I don't need like 1/4 inch gaps or anything like that. All right, now I'm going to try to smooth out this radius here. I'll smooth out this corner and then just, yes. It'd be almost cool to make like a sanding jig or something for it, you know? I'll take this, and yeah, maybe I'll use it like this. That's what I'll do. And we'll use some 220 again, or 120. Since that's all I got on hand, so that's what we're gonna use. Tolerance be whacked. Yeah. Yeah, you can cut, grind, sand it to perfect size, but you'll just add it right back on when you do flanges anyway. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? That's true. Yeah, because the material is just going to be on the material will just be hanging off every single edge. You're right. I suppose, yeah, since I'm doing flanges, I'm going to have to remove those flanges in the final part. You're right. Yeah, you're 100% right. All right, so I'll just get a little closer and then we'll work from there. See, my edges can be a little bit off, but I don't want to be like 1/4 inch off, so we'll get close. I definitely want to clean up this edge though. This is pretty gnarly. I tried my best to cut it nice and smooth, but like I said, it's a long, smooth corner, so it's a little tough. But I can see where there's some high spots here. It's kind of where the finesse comes in, you know? I've done this a few times. Oh, yeah, dude, I trust you, man. Just, sometimes I gotta fuck up to learn from myself sometimes. But you're right. Follow your guidance, brother. Looking good. Oh, yeah, I should just be looking at the inside. I got a clear line on there. Duh. Remember, I marked that. Although it's almost easier to tell on the outside. Yeah, I might just keep cutting on the inside, like I said, or cutting on the outside. If you have a little extra material, it's not the end of the world here. Not the end of the world. Just hanging it off a little bit so I don't accidentally sand my car. Definitely got a low spot here, so we'll take care of that and blend this to about here. Oh, Josh, did you make the body for that hot rod you got? Okay, I've effed up plenty over the years. You don't want to know how much money has gone in the dumpster. Oh, no. Yeah, I was saying, I thought that the body you had was sourced from a different car. Did you make that? Is that a composite body? That'd be nuts. My car is 100% from scratch. Chassis, body, suspension. Damn! If I can help someone not do the same, I'll try whatever. Dude, I really appreciate it, man. Dude, yeah, I saw the chassis and stuff. That was nuts. So you started with the Del Sol. I think that's what I saw, right?
Oh, you know what? I got this guy. Maybe I could bend that like that.
I forgot about that. John over at JWP was asking how long it took me last time I was over there. Told her somewhere in the 1,000-hour range. Damn. Yeah, dude, I believe you though. You don't realize how much time goes into these things. People do have no idea. I've had a couple people reach out to me about building kits for their cars, and I was like, the second I start talking money with them, I don't think they're interested. Yeah, the year started on the Del Sol. The outside rails are 37 Ford. The rest is all tube. Wow. That's sweet. All right, I'm going to match this here in a general shape. And then we're going to stick the shit on here. Let's try to get it close. Yeah, I'd like to see JWP build something like that.
This was kind of a genius move. Well, what was your ballpark kit quote? LOL. I bet you're way low.
I haven't given any quotes yet. I just let them know, like, hey man, it's not gonna be, like, it's gonna be a lot of hours, and I haven't given a quote yet. Yeah, so it's gonna be different depending on, you know, whether I have a mold for the kit or not. So once I make a mold for this kit, what for all four corners of the car having overfenders, what would you price that at? I'm thinking like around 1,000.
$1,200 carbon being the higher end. Okay. That's what I was thinking too. Pretty good. Almost done. Almost done. That's pretty good. Pretty round. Let's wipe it off real quick.
I'm gonna have to tape it in place and then stand back and look at it, make sure all the lines look all right. But you know what they say, they're good enough for the girls I go out with. Good enough for the girls I'm about to go on a honeymoon with. Yeah, this turned out really nice. Let's I'll get you guys a closer look. What do you say about that? So as you can see, we are hella flush. Got a little overhang in the front there, about a 1/4 inch, but our form is good. We can cut that little nib off, but for now we're not going to. Freaking flush down here. It's nice smooth arch. Smooth it out a little bit more, but for the girls I go out with, that's pretty damn nice. This part slides in place just fine. You can see it just boop, pops right in place. And I can cut back here a little bit more. And you see there's a void in there. See that void? We gotta fill that. If you know, either fill with some resin, or maybe fill with epoxy. All right, I got some filler actually. Maybe I'll use some filler on that. Bottom looks good. As you can see, it hangs a little low. That's all right. We'll trim that up a little bit. Like Josh says, a little oversized is not the end of the world. And then here's against the body line there. I'm overlapping the door just about a 1/4 inch. See if I can set this down. Maybe I'll pop the door open. We get a better look at that line there. All right, so yeah, we got about a 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch I could sand off. But yeah, we are fitted perfectly to the car. I'm very, very happy with the fitment. I mean, and it should fit good, right? We modeled it after the car. But yeah, I'm glad we filled this so there's not a hole there anymore. So to do that, you guys remember we put this little piece of cardboard in here. So we won't be needing that anymore, but that's how we pulled that off, is we had a little piece of cardboard tucked in there. So much tape on this thing. There we go. So hard to see now, but it's a little cardboard triangle, and that's what we use to make this triangle right here. Kind of bridge it all together, make the body kit flow nice and smooth. So let me set up the camera and I'll hold these side by side so Ethan can take a screenshot for us. This is a big moment, guys. Big difference between this between this and this. Our first go at it and our second go at it. Nice solid fender. I'd put this on my car. And it's not that heavy either. So we must have got a pretty good resin to fabric ratio. Yeah, it really ain't that heavy. I guess the important thing now is just trying to line up that body line, make sure that looks really nice, but we're close. I'll probably, maybe I'll use a straight edge. Make sure at least we got the angle correct. It's like a really, they use like a really, really long block to get this perfectly flat, but it's pretty close. You want to stand anywhere other than behind this, the on-screen chat. Okay, I can actually hide the on-screen chat for a couple seconds here. Boop. Okay, I'll hide the on-screen chat. I'll stand a little bit more in front of the car, between the car and the Astro. And I'll hold up my fenders here.
There we go. Take a picture. Cheese. All right.
And yeah, I'll keep thinking of kind of different ways I can modify this to make it look a little bit nicer. But I'm very satisfied. No, go back. That was funny. Okay, I'll go back. Maybe I should, I guess I could take my mask off at this point. I don't need my mask and my glasses. I think I'm done sanding for today. I might do a little sanding off screen, but it's 7 o'clock. Whoa! Yeah, every time I take those glasses off, it's like a whole new world. Holy shit. What a day, guys, huh? Yeah, the thing looks even better now that I got my glasses off. I've got the yellow glasses on, or when I have the yellow glasses on, it's just a kind of an ugly green color. Well, I'll tell you what, Josh and Lauren and Ethan, I appreciate you guys tuning into the stream, because if it wasn't for you guys, it'd be quiet in here. Last 15 minutes of the stream, you stand there holding it. Why don't I invite you to come over and hold it for me, Ethan? Oh, shit. Ethan, do you have any friends that are car guys that would want to watch the stream too, maybe one day? It might change their lives. I'm still here, fool. All right, sorry, I forgot. Well, what do you think? Oh, cheers if you hold mine. What do you think about how this one turned out? Pretty exciting, huh? I'm glad we went with a cool color. And here's a look at the inside. But yeah, as you can see, very, very solid. I could flex it about yay much, which is the perfect amount. Yeah, what do you guys think? You can see that kind of tape finish in there. So yeah, kind of like we were talking about, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this spot right here. Spit on it? No, oh, that's right. I gotta hold these up for you guys again. So let me put the camera down a little bit. Ugh. I gotta obviously put the good one closer to the camera. Somehow trying to orient myself here. There, take a picture of that. Cheese. All right, you get a picture? All right. I'm not spitting on anything. Oh, let me turn the chat back on. There we go. It's rigid like like a bread stick. Oh, damn it. Take the picture. All right. Now we'll do a silly one. All right, take a picture. All right, that's all I'm gonna do that for. I got a screenshot. That's, oh no. All right. Well, I suppose you can always rewind and take a screenshot. It is live. I can't pause my game, Mom. It's online. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm very happy. Like I said, we'll dial in that body line, make sure that looks nice and good. It's going to be very minimal sanding to clean this up. We have the tape lines to get rid of. Other than the tape lines, this thing is already pretty glossy. And it's completely form-fitted to the EK Civic 96 to 98 chassis. It looks like it's made out of a tarp. You know what I'm saying? Like those like blue tarps. It's kind of what it looks like. Also, just wanted to know, we could rewind the stream and take a screenshot. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Very, very cool, guys. Yeah, and it'll sand a little bit easier too. Dude, look at that cross section. All right, everybody. I'm gonna take a look at that. I don't know if it'll focus on that. Probably not. But it's got a real epic cross section. You can actually see the difference in the layers, which is pretty cool. So I'm glad we kind of switched up the colors every layer. Yeah, it turned out pretty freaking sweet. So yeah, I don't know if I'll have to make a mold off this side and it'll fit on the car just fine, or if I am going to have to make a mold out of the inside too. The fact that our edge is super uniform, just like Josh was saying, our edge is so uniform, we might be able to just mold off the outside. So we are going to try that first. So yeah, we just got to do a little bit more finishing on this guy, and then we'll put backing plates on it. So we'll have flange material all over the back here. Yeah, we'll clean this up a little bit. I said I'll dump some resin in there, put some flange material all the way around it, and then between the flange and the kit itself, we'll have putty. I'm just using, people use fillet wax, however you want to pronounce it. And coming from TikTok here to support, hey, I appreciate it. All right, everybody say hi to NXGHTTN388. You gotta be nice to them, it's the rule. Thank you for tuning in, my brother. We're getting close to the end of the stream. We had a really good day today. So this was on the car at the beginning of the stream, as you could probably see from the thumbnail. And we got a nice, solid fender here. This is our plug. This is what we're going to mold off of. So we're going to make a negative mold. And I'll show you what our first one looked like. This guy right here. So this is just one layer of heavy chop strand with some Bondo quality resin. Not the nicest stuff, but it did do the job. It's just not the best. Now this, we took our time with this. We used a much higher quality fiberglass fabric, both a lightweight chop strand and then 5 layers of lightweight 2x2 woven twill fiberglass, and that gave us about 2 millimeters of thickness right on the nuts. Yeah, and then we spent a little bit of time sanding and finishing, and we test fitted to make sure it fit on the car just fine. And check this out, it literally snaps into place. I'll scoot the chair and the camera a little closer, and you can see just how nice this thing fits. I mean, I'd hope it fit nice, you know. It was molded off the car, but look at that. Look at that. Very, very, very excited. So we did leave a little bit of overhang, but that's okay because when we pull the parts out of the mold, we'll be trimming them anyway, so it's all good. All right, here we go. Gray Ducks Custom. Fillet wax is dumb, but we'll talk about that later. Oh shit! Oh shit! Josh knows everything. Thank goodness we got him in here. All right, Josh, what do you think about that? There's a lot of tutorials. Was that Easy Composites? They have a lot of YouTube videos, but they seem to have like they have like 10 different types of resins for like very specific niches. I don't know. What do you think about those guys at Easy Composites? You've probably seen their videos or watched something like that. It seems like tutorials are very helpful, but yeah, like they use fillet wax. They have special, like they have a resin just for making molds. Yeah, so I don't know really what's up with that. It's like the world of composites is full of secrets. Easy gatekeepers. Oh shit! No way, huh? Yeah, it's like, and I feel like they're probably just trying to. Yeah, they sound like salesmen. Exactly. That's the kind of vibe I get. Is when I'm watching them, like every time they do a new video, they showcase like 6 or 7 different new products that weren't in the last video. I don't know. I think my boy from Express Composites and Josh, between the three of us, I think we're gonna be just fine. You know, we don't need to watch Easy Composites. I think there's enough information between us all that we should be able to get this figured out. All right, what made you want to get into bodywork? Well, I tell you what. If you want the real answer, I keep looking at my computer screen. If you want the real answer, Mr. NXGHT number, I wanted to wide body the Civic. If you go way back on the YouTube channel, you see I experimented. I made a set of like carbon flares laid over like a polyurethane foam. I tried to mold like plastic universal flares into the body of the car. I didn't like the look of that, but I was also inexperienced at the time. And then after trying like 3 or 4 different kits and spending a lot of time just doing the just the finishing and the different types of resins and body fillers and stuff, I was getting some quarter panel rust on the back of the Civic. Surprise, surprise, right? And I wanted to do a steel wide body, but at the time I thought it was maybe a little bit out of my league, but I figured I'd go for it. I found a guy on eBay that actually makes pre-made universal fender flares, and they're really awesome. So that's Lemon Hill Studio on eBay, or Lemon Hill Avenue on eBay, and I was able to mold those to the car very easy with just a little bit of trimming, and I welded it. And I mean, you just got to learn as you go. The best way to do it is just throw yourself in this shit and try to work your way out. So, yeah. And then after I did my kit, I realized just how much work goes into making one of these steel kits. And say I do crash this car or whatever, and I want to replicate the fenders. Well, guess what, guys? Now I can. It'll fit exactly like my steel fenders here. And in my opinion, these actually look nicer than my steel fenders because these have a really sharp edge and a sharp crease here. They look like sheet metal. I like it. It's not for everybody. Where this has nice, smooth curves. And I think that's much better for fiberglass. Fiberglass with a sharp edge is not a good look. So I'm glad I could make something for the community here. Another good reason is, so I quit my job like the middle of August. How has EDD impacted you as an entrepreneur? All right, give it a little bit longer. Okay, we get into bodywork because we can't afford to pay someone else to do it. Yeah, dude, you're true. That's 100% right. We do get into bodywork because we can't. It is extremely expensive to have somebody else do this stuff for you. So that is a big reason behind it. And then it was just something else. I've been doing the YouTube stuff for like almost 7 years now. A lot of it's like I was just kind of learning as I go. So I do tutorials on things that I was doing for the first time, and people would look at me like I was some sort of genius. I'm not a genius. I'm just figuring it out just like you guys, Then why I started getting back up to doing the kits now. Well, I quit my job, like I was saying. I quit my job to build custom cars. That's kind of what gets me going. That's what gets me up in the morning. And I was working night shift before. It was getting kind of shitty. I was getting kind of tired of it. And I just kind of felt myself, like I look at my career and I didn't really see myself going anywhere without changing positions to something that wasn't really my style. I was a CNC maintenance technician on night shift over at Wilson Tool over there. So I was fixing CNC machines, different robots, wire EDMs. I was fixing everything. So I got a pretty good mechanical background now, enough where I was ready to quit. And if I need any extra money, I start taking on side projects. So I've done those to kind of get me by. I was very confident in leaving when I had the NSX in my garage and I had another customer lined up that had actually like 2 cars for me to work on. And this NSX guy, he's got another car for me to work on too. But what happened is slowly but surely, the NSX guy that I'm working with now, I don't know exactly what kind of life events he's got going on, but it's causing some serious delays in the project. I'm just rolling with it since it's my first customer. You know, there's nothing I can really do. I just want to get this. I want to get the NSX in the shop really bad and start turning some hours on that so I can afford to live. And then I was like, well, if that NSX doesn't work out, or if I can't solely rely on my income on building that NSX, let me get something else lined up. So that's where I had that other customer. He had 2 cars for me, a Toyota. Want to wait for November to open up shop to bring his car over. So he canceled on me, even though we had an agreement, but it was just like we locked it in, but it was just conversation over the phone. Like, all right, we're doing it this day, this day. Let me tell you guys, nothing's locked in until someone pays for like half the project. Oh no, the audio died. Is it really died? Or did it come back? Okay, it's back. I saw a notification. So anyway, I don't know how much you, so yeah, the second customer, he had 2 cars lined up for me. He canceled last minute. Sorry about the mic. All gas, no gravel. Oh, welcome. Oh, did you just change your username? Because that's the same profile pic. Or did you switch accounts to make sure the audio was okay? All right, quick rundown again. So the NSX, that customer, taking a sweet old time. He's got some life events going on. It's delaying the project. It is what it is. I was comfortable with that and quitting because I knew on top of working on that whenever I could, I had another guy with 2 more project cars lined up for me that he was willing to pay more than enough for me to live, for me to do this. So I was like, all right, let's do it. That's why I quit. And yeah, at the last second, the other guy pulled out. So 2 of the project cars that I was supposed to work on, I don't get them. One of the NSX I was supposed to K-swap, he gave it to another shop and said, oh, don't worry, that shop's giving me a hard time. I'll probably pull it out of there and give it to you one day. I don't think so. I think he's ended up just having that shop do the NSX swap there. And then yeah, he had a Toyota Starlet too that he wanted me to K-swap. That's got a Beams engine in it. And he's like, oh, when it's done with body work, I'll have you work on it. And then I was like, all right, I'm ready to do the K-swap. Do you want to put a deposit down? And he's like, oh, I'll put a deposit down once I blow up the Beams engine in there. So it's like, you're going to blow up that Beams engine? It's got like a perfectly built Toyota Starlet track car with the famous Toyota Beams engine. He wants to get rid of it. So yeah, the Beams engine. So yeah, that's kind of what happened there. So I'm like, all right, well, there's got to be some way for me to supplement my income. I don't want to solely rely on project cars, and don't want to solely rely on just doing like the side repairs. As much as I'd love to have like a constant stream of people coming in the doors asking me to build their cars, that hasn't happened yet. So I'm still working on getting my name out there. And what has worked pretty well this past week here is making these little videos. So this is something I always wanted to do anyway, and I feel like it's a good way to make a part for the Civic community. And I do like the idea of manufacturing a product, especially one that I can stand behind and see other people use on their Civics. This overfender set is made specifically for what's it called? Oh, guys with big wheels like drag guys and time attack guys. Like if you guys know Eric Cattell, he's got those big fender flares on his EG Civic time attack car. And then you guys have probably seen all the drag race Civics out there. They have like the big 3-piece front ends. What if you didn't need a big 3-piece front end? What if you just needed a simple overfender? That's the solution I'm going to be bringing to the community, front and rear. Feet finder. Did I accidentally say feet finder? Or is that what I should be doing in the meantime for extra income? All right. Also, what's your favorite platform you've worked on so far? Well, I'll tell you what, the easiest platform, and the easiest platform is this guy, the 96, or this is a 97 Civic. Easiest platform by far to work on. Do I want to say it's my favorite? I'm going to say it's my favorite just for sentimental reasons. The Astro, I don't like working on that. It kind of sucks. Pulling the interior part's really easy on that thing, but half the engine is inside the cab. You have to remove a cover to get to. It's not the best. I could do it. It's not the best. But it's a stout car. I kind of like it. The engineering behind the Astro is pretty cool. And the all-wheel drive system kicks ass. That thing is nice in the snow. The Acura Legend. I love that platform. Also extremely hard to work on. I did a head gasket on that car. I think like it took me all said and done because I cleaned everything and I did a couple extra things in there. It took me like 55 hours, and then I did like a tranny swap, or not tranny swap. I had to pull the transmission, which is whack on that car because it's got like a longitudinally mounted engine, but it's front wheel drive. So the transmission has a pinion shaft that goes through the oil pan and out the sides to the axles, which is crazy. All right, maybe I'm special, but I love working on all of my Civics. But since I work on every make and model, I'd stick to the Civics as favorite. Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with the Civic, man. And they have people use Civics for everything, you know. You got dudes with rally Civics, that's nuts. But yeah, you got Civics for drag race, you got Civics for time attack. They make good street cars, and they're cheap enough where you can kind of get into one and dick around with it, and they won't make you go broke as fast as other cars will. However, with the amount of mods you can do, if you're like me and like making your car your own exactly how you want it, yeah, they'll drain your car just as fast, just because there's so many different things you can do to it, and I wanted to do them all. So if you go back on my channel, you'll see I did it all. I ran out of things to do, so now I'm swapping Miata subframes on this thing. But yeah, all gas, no grava. I appreciate you tuning in today. And then, yeah, who was the guy we had from? Let's see. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming in from TikTok. So my wife is the one running the TikTok account. So shout out my wife for roping you in. And yeah, if you could share or tell your friends or anything to help your boy out, that'd be great. We're slowly getting this kind of figured out here. So let's see, 722. Yeah, it's been a very fun stream today. Yeah, we came out with a pretty good product. So I'll just make some small tweaks to this. I've got some filler, so I don't want to go crazy sanding on it yet. But if Josh is in here at this point, so I got a little bit of a woven finish on there. Would you do a skim coat of the P14 ultra white resin AdTech filler, and then do the DuraTech primer? Or do you think I should just try to sand the resin down and then do a DuraTech primer? I think I'd rather do a skim coat of filler, but I do want it to be really uniform. So maybe for tonight, I will go ahead and reinforce this pocket here. Maybe I'll just mix up a quick batch of resin and stick it in this pocket right here. I still have to put that subframe I got from you in, yeah? Yep. I remember when I put that subframe in the Civic, I don't know if my chassis was a little tweaked or whatever. It's like anytime you put a subframe in, you gotta like almost like jack up one corner, jack up the other corner of the car, and then get them all centered, and then you gotta get, like, really lock it in. People use those collars, so I don't know if you wanted to use those or if that subframe is compatible. I think we were talking about it. I'm not sure. Maybe go ahead and try those out. Yeah, I'm at least confident enough. We built up enough thickness here where I could lay it in a mold and the thing won't change shape. So if I pick it up here, or grab it from here, it still has the same geometry. So that worked out really well. This is the perfect amount of layers. Yeah, you're gonna like that subframe when you put it in, man. It saves so much weight. Yeah, Josh, if you're still here, do you think skim coat or nah? Oh yeah, we gotta get an EK Civic in here so I can test fit this thing. I'll probably, okay, so I'm going on a honeymoon pretty soon here. So Thursday, so it's the end of the week's. Layers like an ogre, yep. It's Thursday right now, so I won't be streaming tomorrow, and then next week I'll be on vacation. So probably the week after that, I'll come back to streaming with you guys. Maybe I'll try to squeeze a video in there right when I get back from vacation, but I wouldn't hold your breath too much. Yeah. But so, just so you know, I'm not posting next week. It's because I'm on vacation. All right, use the P14 for that pocket. All right, I will use the P14 for that pocket. But then for the rest of it, if you want to bring the fender over my area, there's one or two you can test fit. Okay, yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe what I'll do is I'll bring it over and I'll film clips of test fitting it, and then I'll share those clips with the live stream. That might not be a bad idea, because I think I can also share a window with you guys. So if I just open up Windows Media Player and play a clip of me test fitting, I'll be able to put that up there for you. I could also put pictures in there too if I need to. But yeah, I can head over to your area if you got a couple buddies with EKs. To test fit this one, we'd have to remove this piece right here. So you're gonna have to remove that section of the fender molding. So it's not too hard to remove. If you don't have a fender liner, it's really easy, but otherwise you got to reach in and unclip this. Know what I'm saying? If you want to do it right, you could always pull it off and replace the clips, but yeah, I'm very happy with this. And I still got plenty of material I could still grind out. See that red line there? So that's the body line. So I still got like a 1/4 inch I could remove. So I might work on that a little bit. And yeah, it looks like the tape came off just fine. It's kind of a bitch though. But I'll just use a little bit of. Alright, that's fine. I think one has a track life fender cut. Okay, that works too. Let me wipe that off real quick. Sometimes you need a little bit of goof off to get some of this sticky stuff off, but a little bit of quick detailer and most of it comes right off. And I don't really need the tape anymore. I just want to make sure that body line's good. It's a little hard to see the body line with the tape there. That's the only thing. But I think we're pretty much right on it, so I'm gonna view from the side. Maybe I'll use like a laser or something. But here's the body line. Here's like the very peak of the body line. Lines right up with the crest here. I could go a little lower maybe. But yeah. Then let me go grab a clip here. Yeah, check this out. So, it fits so damn good with just one clip. And I pinched on this lip here. It's like that. It's like that, ladies and gentlemen. It's like that. That's what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. And yeah, so we still got about another 1/4 inch to trim off this side. Do you have the gel coater HVLP with a 3 or 3.5 tip for that Duratec? I don't. I'll have to get some for when I come back. Yeah, we'll be talking when I go on vacation. We'll message each other back and forth, and Josh will come up with kind of all the materials that I'll need to keep going. But yeah, what do you think of that, guys? All right, on the fucking nuts. So there's a little spot that's kicked out here, but that'll get cut off. If you go a 1/4 inch in, it's flat, so that's gonna get cut off. Yeah, pretty sweet. So we are, and keep in mind there's one clip holding it in place right now. All the way down there, we are locked on. And then we got it flowing together here. So yeah, you can see how we kind of blended that so we don't have a sharp edge anymore. So I'm very happy with that. It's gonna be minty. You're doing great. I appreciate it, man. I couldn't have done it without you. But yeah, very, very clean. Oh, yeah, if you guys want to see that, and it's kind of hard to see, but you can see where I had to cut the body. See that? Okay, so you see my tucked harness there, but to the right of the tucked harness, you could see the initial cut where I had to cut the factory fender. It's about 3 inches above the regular height, so worked out pretty slick. And then after the cut, I used 3M panel bond adhesive. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. It's cool. It's very cool. Yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging around for this. This is very, very fun project. Definitely more enjoyable when people are here to help you through it. So I'm a very lucky boy, I tell you what. And I think this is gonna work out just fine. I got a little bit of resin on my bracket here. That's okay. Oh, and I don't know if you heard when I was talking about Josh. Do you think I should do a skim coat of the P14? Or do you think the Duratec primer has enough? I don't know how much build that has. Does it have enough build to help me cover the weave and then flat it? I'll probably use a little bit of that filler to make a cool pattern in here too. I could put I could put a logo right here or something. That'd be fun. Or I can maybe just 3D print the plug. That wouldn't be the end of the world. Oh, what if I oh my God, I just thought of an idea. Oh my goodness. All right, where's it? This. Yeah, what if I 3D printed these, but with cool designs on them? You put your name on it. Okay, bang Duratec, it'll cover anything. Really? So I'll just put a couple mils of Duratec on that, John, and flat it out and we'll be good to go. It's already very flat, so it's just a little bit. How has not been being able to read impacted you as an entrepreneur? It got me into the trades, I guess. Oh man, I scratched my paint pretty good today. It's all right. I can always repaint the car. I could always buff it out. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. What do you think about the show scene here in Minnesota, Mr. Grey Duck Customs? I want to hear what you have to say about it. I'm ready to leave. I'm good just building the car in the garage, and I want this to be a nice street car. So, street car, good platform. Yep, Duratec is the shizzle dizzle. That's what I hear. Everybody seems to really like it. Everybody seems to really like it. And it doesn't shrink. Same thing with the P14. They say it doesn't shrink. And this resin I'm using, apparently it's pretty good. That would really suck. Imagine going through all this work and then your mold shrinks or your plug shrinks like considerably. That would suck. Ah, it's so nice. I'm so happy with this. Can I still open the door? Oh yeah. Oh, nice. That's what I'm talking about. That is so cool. Wah. Ugh. Okay. Josh is giving cool uncle, 36 years old with a lifetime of experience. He is giving cool uncle. Josh is my cool uncle. Wait, Josh, are you 36? And yeah, Josh used to work at Express Composites, so that's cool. I'm trying to think. They had like a box full of different examples of what you can get depending on how you pattern your weave, how you place it, what you put in between your weaves, the kind of weights you select, what kind of resin you used. And the guy at Express Composites, I think his name is Tim, was talking about core mat, which is basically a mat in between two layers of fiberglass that makes it extremely strong. And I want to say he pulled a sample out and was like, I don't know what this is. Josh probably made this and put it back in. Okay, show scene is for hanging out only. I used to show car judge many years ago, and once you spend time around the real deal builds, the local stuff doesn't thrill me. I hear that. Gonna be 48 at the end of the year. Shit, man. You could be my uncle. You definitely are a young soul, though, for sure. Ethan's right. How did I scratch this up so bad already? What the hell? It's like I put it in a blender. This thing was mint at the beginning of this project. What did I just do? I must have stepped on it or something. I don't really care anymore. So I could always repaint it. That's the cool thing about building your own car is you could always just spray it again, you know? It's not like, oh, now I got to go to the shop again and get it done. It's like, oh, just pick a weekend. I got to fix that, you know? But if anyone knows anybody looking to get some work done, get the car built, please, please, please send them my way, share it, anything you could do. 48, but I identify as 25. Yeah, my dad says the same thing. You think he's 55? I think? Maybe? 54? 55? And he says the same thing. Like mentally, he says he still feels like he's in his 20s. I don't know. And yeah, it's cool that Josh is in here because for the longest time, my channel, if you look at the analytics, like the biggest age group was dudes in their like 30s, like 30s and 40s. And slowly that has kind of started to shift down a little bit. But I think what's happening is more and more people are leaving YouTube and just spending most of their time on TikTok and Instagram. Because like I said, after 6 days of posting short form content, I've had more people reach out to me to work on their car than in the past 7 years of posting long form content, if that tells you anything. 27 feels 77. Yeah. Well, Sam's got like 77 years of experience in a 27-year-old's body. Yeah, he's right. You don't feel old when you are. Yeah, okay. Do you have any secrets for the chat to keep us feeling young? Oh, do you have a sense of smell? Because my guy next door, he works with resins for a lot, making the custom prosthetics, and he says that yeah, he doesn't smell anymore. He's like, and it wasn't COVID that did it. It was the damn resin. Yeah, I saw. Yeah. Huh. Okay, Insta Reels and YouTube Shorts are gonna overtake TikTok real soon. You think so? Why do you say that, Mr. Ethan? Is it because you've been like tracking data, or is it something in the news I don't know about? Oh, and isn't there supposed to be like a nation address or something tonight, or is that yesterday? Is the president supposed to address something? Well, Lauren hasn't called me, so nothing too crazy must have happened. Okay, sense of smell is overrated. LOL. Ha! That's funny. Look at this. I got this piece of cardboard here with all the resin drips on it from the past week. It's like an easel. It's like we're an artist. Oh, that's also why I like doing this. Is I'd say I'm more of a creative, artsy-fartsy kind of dude than just like a straight-up mechanic like our boy Sam. So I think that's why I do like doing more of this stuff. Sam's a very creative man too. But you know what I'm saying. This is more my kind of thing. I think making cards look cool. TikTok has been cool for too long. Kids hate when old people use their apps. Oh shit! Hear that, Josh? I don't mean it. I don't mean it. Josh gets a pass. Yeah, all his content's really good. So, but Josh probably knows. Josh, you've probably seen some whack ass Gen X content on Instagram. For like, what the hell is going on here? Josh seems to like understand how Instagram works. Yeah, I think the posts I've done on Instagram Reels have performed the best. I think even better than the same clips posted on YouTube Shorts and on YouTube Shorts and TikTok. Oh, look at this. Looks like a whale tooth. A long piece of resin I cut off the top of the fender. Folded over 1,000 times. Josh would do well. It's hard though. It's hard to make it these. Oh yeah, Ethan, you had a pretty good. I remember you had a pretty good run on TikTok. You still making videos? I forgot about that. You had pretty good videos out there. Like I remember you had some pretty funny stuff. And I was just thinking about the video we took like way back when. It was you had what was it? We were in Chipotle, and you're like, you're like twerking on the wall or something. You remember that? It was a long time ago. Okay, I'm gonna move this here. Okay, I'm not on TikTok or Facebook. Lucky I'm even on IG. Josh held out forever. I'm glad you're on IG, Josh. Hello. I'm glad you're on IG too, Josh. I like how Sam's calling you Josh. We're gonna still call you Josh now. You're famous. Everybody check out Josh's content if you want to see some real composite work. I'm glad we didn't have to bust out the resin today, though. I think my best IG reel I ever had 10,000 views. I posted one the other day. I think it's at 50,000. And that's the best one I've ever had. And it was just, all I've done is I just do like an overview. I just do a time lapse of like the cool moments during these streams. And that's it, you know. And it's like a 30-second clip. I talk about kind of a quick short story. And it does all right. But I hate it. I hate how content is focused on like it's just a war for your attention. That's all it is who can make the most attention grabbing stuff. And when everyone is making stuff that's supposed to be like super stimulating and super attention grabbing, then you get an algorithm full of that shit, and that's why everybody's addicted to their phone. And it's like overwhelming. It's like leaving an overwhelming job. Like, say you're a teacher or whatever, and the kids were, crying all day. You get home and you're like, fuck. Sometimes that's how it feels like scrolling on Instagram. It's like, Jesus Christ, did I really need all that dumb information, you know? Okay, it's funny how something silly hits hard. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Josh, you probably used this before. This is the clay I'm using. Hey, we got someone new here. Hi, random question. I'm thinking of getting a Honda CR-V. It's a 1999. Are they reliable? I don't know, Sam. You tell them. I love them. I love them. 1999 is a good year. 99 and 2000 are the best years to get because they have a little bit higher compression B series in there. So they have 146 horsepower instead of like 126. Yep, they have the table as well. That's right, Ethan. You better hope this one has a table in it because that's a big part of it. Super nice. You can lay back in those things. Yeah, very comfortable, very light for an SUV. Extremely light, and yeah, I like the special editions. If you can get one with leather seats, it would be great. If not, it's all good. If you're someone who likes maybe a little bit more quiet, comfier ride, the second gen's not bad, but the first gen is lighter. It's way more fun to drive. The all-wheel drive system's still really nice, and what else did I gotta say? I got a lot of good things to say. Yeah, you could sleep in it, and they're so easy to work on. It's not even funny, man. Josh, start that channel so I can promote it, please. Yeah, that's my favorite part. Any B series platform, so easy to work on compared to the K series. B series platform, so easy to work on compared to the K series. Yep, I use mine like a truck. It's also titled as a light duty truck. Same here, man. I use mine as a truck. You gotta get it. And don't be scared. If it's got 220,000 miles, do not be scared. They hold up like nobody's business. And is like people say like, oh, drive it nice. You can't really drive it nice. If you want to get on the highway, you're flooring it. You want to pass someone on the highway, you're flooring it. So you're not going to drive it nice, but the CRV won't care, is the best part. Maintenance is all really well documented. You can do head gasket with the engine in the car. You can do intake manifold with the engine in the car. You can do exhaust manifold with the engine in the car. You can do everything with the engine in the car. And it's up nice and high, which makes it nice. Plus, it's higher off the ground, so oil changes and stuff, you slide right under. You don't have to jack the car up. I got nothing but good things to say about it. Make sure you get an all-wheel drive model. There is some instances, especially down south, where you might accidentally buy a rear-wheel drive. So look out for that rear diff. Or front-wheel drive. That was Chris Josh, LOL. All right, this one has 240 kilometers. Brother, that's a lot of miles. Okay, I recently saw a CRV could tow a trailer with the CRV on it. LOL, only slightly sketchy. Yeah, I wouldn't tow a CRV with the CRV. Maybe if it's flat, no hills, and you're being really careful. I wouldn't. I think they have like a tongue weight capacity of like 500 pounds. If you want to tow some heavy shit, get yourself an Astro van. You know, it's a good step up for me. Josh, what are you talking about? Soul Keeper. Alright. This is definitely the channel for me. I am based in New Zealand and it was all-wheel drive. I think the automatic four-wheel drive. Good one. So 150 miles. Okay. 150,000 miles. I always get it mixed up. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I think. I always get that conversion mixed up. Yeah, 150k miles, that is light work for B series. That is nothing. I always say it's just getting broken in. Literally, it is just getting broken in. They build those really nice. And yeah, I recommend you stick around. I got a lot of good content on this channel. I wish I had more first gen CRV. I think I have a clip way back in the day of me selling my first gen. Oh, and that's another thing. Buy it, drive it for a year. If you don't like it, sell it for $1,000 more. These things don't go down in value. They're at the point now where the depreciation is over. They have now started to appreciate. And for good reason, for all the reasons me and Sam are talking about. Thank you for answering my question. I really appreciate it. Well, I really appreciate you tuning in to Crafty Cars. Yeah, if you're in the States, you could ship me a car and we can help you out. Alright, Chris with the CRV has a nasty turbo Del Sol called Soul Keeper. Oh, okay. So I don't know Chris. That sounds cool. Ethan, thank you for being nice. Yeah, really appreciate it. Spread the word, man. It's fun doing these lives. It's like, how many people are doing like live shop stuff, you know? Not too many people. Yeah, today was a pretty good day. Pretty good stream. I don't know if like the peak viewers will be up there, but at least it was pretty much someone to talk to the whole time. Yesterday was really quiet, so yeah, Soul Keeper, we are yeah, Farm Tribe 108. We're gonna be streaming 5 o'clock every day, Monday through Thursday. Maybe I'll make it a little bit later if everyone wants to stream a little bit later, because everyone seems to still be here and it's 7:50. Yeah, I gotta go pretty soon here. This is better than IG scrolling. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yep, I'll keep posting the clips every day, just like the recap, and yeah, hopefully one day we'll get in here and it'll just be, yeah, nonstop car action. I have to get like a screen or something so I can just read the comments and talk and work at the same time. Yeah, this is what we did today, Farm Tribe. This is what we did today, and it turned out really nice. Very happy. And make for a solid kit. This is just one corner. We got 3 corners left, and we're not even done with this. All right, easier to put this on than look for a good YouTube video. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, put this on, ask any question. If I don't know it, fucking Josh knows it. And if Josh doesn't know it, then actually nobody else knows it, so. How long am I in Arizona? I'll be there for 5 days. So I won't be posted next week, but the week after that, I suppose, yeah, New Year's, I'll be back on. So 2026, Crafted Cards coming back. Oh, and I got to do a 2025 recap video. Shit. All right, I got some footage to go over, man. Damn. Some of the original video files I have to re-pull from YouTube, so they'll only be, I think, 720 or 1080p. So the recap won't be in 2K or 10. The recap might have to be in 720, but maybe I'll put a VHS filter on it and it'll be okay. I just like watching my buddies do cool shit. Hey, I appreciate it. Same here, brother. Same here. Oh, Josh, do you have any recommendations, like in your workshop where you're working with the resin? Do you have a special air filtration system, or do you have like any sort of what's your ventilation setup like? Do you have a special ventilation setup specifically for working with resins, or do you just say, fuck it, I'm gonna open up the garage door? Because like in the summertime it's no big deal, but in the wintertime it's like, if I'm waiting on resin to cure, I don't want to crack open the garage door and then all of a sudden it's, you know, 20 degrees in here and I mess up the curing process. Okay, when you want to pull that dash out and rebuild it. Are you talking to me or are you talking to Sam right now? Or are you talking about the dash in the Civic? Like make a cool fiberglass dash in the Civic. That would be sweet. Yeah, so that'd be super early 2000 style. And that's kind of what I'm trying to bring back here. His nostrils. Oh, yeah. Josh is so experienced with composites. And his nostrils just they just do all the filtering for him. They've adapted over 25 years. His nose hairs actually capture the resin. No, definitely using the VOC canisters is a very smart move. I'm glad we put those on there. Okay, I have an in and out fan. My heating bill hates me. Yes, your dash. Yeah, dude, that would be sick. My dash is mint though. And maybe I pick up like a crack dash and build off of that. I think yesterday I said this. Yesterday I said it was gonna be the last day I wore my suit because I was kind of wearing through the knees. But guess what? I put some masking tape over it, and we got another day out of it. And my knees are clean. Yeah, no fiberglass on me today. We did really good. Every day I'm getting a little bit neater, a little bit cleaner. God, this is sweet, guys. It's cool. It fits so nice. I think maybe today is the last day. We'll start the new year off right with a new paint suit. I have an in and out fan. Okay, I read that, yeah. And when you say in and out fan, are you talking about your nostrils, Josh? Okay, I used to do dash rebuilds all the time in the early 2000s. I used to put 10 and 12 inch subs in everything. Start from scratch. Hell yeah. So did you do a lot of building with like MDF and using plywood first, and then building the using fabric and then resin on top of that, or yeah, I think that's like the most popular way to do it. I know, because like in cars like that, they're not really too concerned about weight, so they'll build brackets out of anything. Okay, in New Zealand, we call that bog and fix with duct tape on the knees. Yeah. Call that a bog and fix with duct tape on the knees. Yep. Yeah. What? That's so cool. Maybe I'll move the clip over here. It don't matter where I move the clip. The fitment's so good, it's gonna stay there. That's crazy. Just kidding. Oh, that's funny. Okay, I'll keep the clip in the center. It stayed there for a little bit though. It's just because it's dusty. It don't have very good grip on there. That was funny. Ouch. Yes, I was a competition installer. Oh shit. We won a few world finals here and there. Hell yeah. So, Josh, did I miss out on the glory days, or did I miss out on the glory days? Because it kind of sounds like I missed out on the glory days. At least I can watch the movies. So that's cool. Oh, you know what? Let me grab my phone because I don't know where the hell that thing is. Josh, where the hell did you put my phone? Fix that on me here. Okay. I was born in the early 2000s. Oh, that's weird, Ethan. Okay, well, that was funny last time. Yeah. All right. Where did I put my phone, Josh? Oh, it's over here. I'm sure my wife is looking for me. Oh, no, we're good. I just have a whole bunch of pictures from Ethan. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Ethan. That looks very nice. All right. Whoa, a track camera. Yeah. Pretty cool, huh? All right. You missed out. Late 90s hot import nights were a party. Then Fast and Furious dropped and everything blew up. I've been to a modern hot import nights, and it was basically the same thing as the Modest Meets. It was nothing crazy. Yeah, check that out. Nice and shiny. So yeah, that was nothing really fancy there. They had like, oh shit, man! Guess who kneeled down in the fiberglass? This guy. I was just talking about how I stayed perfectly clean today, and then I just fucked it up. All right, where's the tape? And then yeah, let me make sure I got that little plastic piece. Make sure I don't step on that anymore. I'm gonna turn the tracking off now. Stop. Let's see here. I got a plastic piece right there. Keep that there for now. What was I looking for? Oh, yeah, masking tape. If I had $1 for every time I lost that masking tape, I could probably buy myself a couple new rolls of masking tape. I don't know where my blue roll went, but I got my green roll here at least. All right, not even the same realm. OG Hot Import Nights used to be like a trance nightclub vibe with cars everywhere. Fuck you, man. That sounds nice. I want a Gen 3 Honda Prelude. Yeah, you just have to buy a house and keep wife happy first. Yep. First things first, buy the house, then build the car. Because if you build the car, it's going to be really hard to afford a house. That's nuts, though. You're married. Young married man. Good man. Ethan's a good man. Yeah, I like the Gen 4 Prelude. Just because I like the interior. I mean, I like the Gen 4 Prelude front end. I like the interior. The rear end's okay. And Gen 5's cool too, but. H22, yes sir. Yeah, Josh knows all about that now. I forgot, Josh, did you get a JDM H22A in there, or do you got a yours right out of a USDM Prelude? Fuck, now I want a Prelude. Stop talking about it. Ugh. He's right. It's easier to buy 7 cars like me. Oh. All right. Well, guys, it is time for me to leave. My actual home's calling. So, thank you guys so much for tuning into the stream. I will see you in the new year's. I'll drop a nice 2025 rewind video for you guys. So, stay tuned. And yeah, thanks again for tuning in. Tell your friends. That's the #1 way you can support me. Just trying to get as many eyes on this stream and this channel as possible so people can see what's going down here. All right. Bye-bye. I'm hanging up. See you later. I really appreciate you guys tuning in today.